Alright guys, so I'm actually headed to a fair. I have every intention on testing the point and shoot on this. Alright guys, so we are at the fair. This is being shot from the drone. You can see the box of the drone behind me, lower left. I'm holding the drone pointing towards myself. The quality is pretty darn good. The only thing that Holy Stone missed on this was audio. If you're gonna give us something that's gonna point and shoot and look good like this, as you can see, my lips weren't synced up. The audio's a little messy. Alright, now you can see as we're moving, when you move with this, it starts to, the frames get a little bit jumpy. It is shooting at 1080p. It is shooting under 30 frames per second. But if you're standing, it does really well. We're going to go through a couple scenes of this fair here, show you what the fair looked like, show you what this camera looks like. Again, it's pretty good for what it is. I'm actually impressed how well it did for, again, what it is. It's literally a foldable. I love that little rabbit carousel thing figure. It's the only non-horse on here. I love non-horse carousel figures. But as far as this being a foldable drone and being able to use it without flying it, I like. You can also use it as a power bank as well as a flashlight. As you can see, I was standing pretty still there and the frames weren't cutting out too bad. As you start to pan left and right with movement, you get frames cutting out. In the instruction manual, it tells you that you need to be connected to the app in order to be able to utilize the point and shoot. That's not true. But you only have like a 2 to 3 minute window before it shuts down because it's not bound to anything. Myself, I did connect to the app on half of these shots. The other half of the shots, I was just pointing and shooting. But I will say, it was still doing that 2 to 3 minute open window time, and it shut down even when I was in the app. So I don't know if I had to press something in the app to completely bind it, but even with the app open, being able to see what it saw on my cell phone, it still shut down after like 2 to 3 minutes. So there has to be something that you can do to make your cell phone bind to it, which would therefore keep it on, because even the rear lights continued to flash and the front light continued to flash, letting me know that it was still looking to be bound. One major advantage that you have with this type of setup is, yes, you're going to be utilizing both your hands if you are going to be using the app. But you can then, anybody ever take a cell phone above your head, hold it up really high, and try to capture something that you couldn't at eye level, and you're kind of guessing and you hope you got what you got? Well, with this, you can raise the drone way above your head, have your cell phone at eye level, and focus in on what you want to get. So there are some definite added advantages with this, and I think it is possible. Now I didn't look at the footage, and this is just right from the SD card, and I'm using the SD card that it came with, which was an 8 gig unbranded, probably cheapo SD card. We could probably use a 32 SanDisk or a 16 gig, and maybe our quality would get better. Or, here's my other thought, and I don't know, I will be able to verify this at another time. If you're on Facebook, you should join Drone Exclusives. I post a lot of stuff that I don't post on YouTube on there, and the link for that will definitely be down below. After this video is loaded, I am going to look at the footage that's on my phone that was recorded by Wi-Fi. Now, why do we think we can get better Wi-Fi footage? Because usually we see almost like this, where it's kind of skipping a frame on Wi-Fi footage. Well, if you have the phone directly behind the drone when you're recording Wi-Fi, there's very little lag, at least from what I seen when I was shooting. Because again, this is everything in this video is SD card. But as I was at the fair, I was doing both because I wasn't sure if I was going to get all this on the SD card, but we did, even when it wasn't connected to the app. But then I went ahead and took through the app. You can press on the app, and then it'll record to your phone. And I think we might be able to get better quality through that. Again, the resolution on this is really good. I'm impressed. For J-Drone in this stage in the game, we're maybe 3 years into this, to be impressed by a brushed, foldable, toy grade drone, it says multitudes. And for me even to have the interest, like here you're gonna see a decent amount of frame skippage. The girls that are dancing are moving around quite a bit, even though I was stable. you can see a decent amount of frame skippage. And I could have been like some of the other YouTubers. I could have edited all this footage and just made a montage of beautiful footage and sold you the foldable Holy Stone drone. That's not what I'm doing. That is not what I'm doing. I'm showing you how it is, and how it is. Even with the skippage, I'm impressed by it. I am thoroughly impressed by it, because dude, I had my cell phone in my pocket, I had my keys in my pocket. Spoiler alert, I've already saved this, I've already edited this, but I had to add this. You just seen skippage from the SD card. This was recorded from Wi-Fi. Again, this is with my cell phone directly behind the drone. We're getting cleaner footage than we were from the SD card. So either we need to upgrade the SD card, or we just need to stick to cell phone directly behind the drone, and we'll get really crisp and clear footage without any type of lag. I had money in my pocket, and I had this in my pocket, and I was wearing basketball shorts. It didn't weigh me down to have the drone in my pocket. I mean, I had two pockets, so all that stuff was split up in between two pockets. It didn't hold me down. It wasn't an issue. It wasn't a hindrance. So I enjoyed this. I thoroughly enjoyed walking around. I mean, people are looking at me really weird, especially when I had it hooked to the app. I'm looking at the app and I'm pointing I'm pointing the drone at people like a remote controller. But it was well worth doing, and this is probably going to be a better test than anybody's going to do on the point and shoot. I'm tooting my own horn here, but I think I did just about everything you can do with this here, as far as the point and shoot. We have a lot of colors, we have a lot of movement, we have a lot of different objects that we had. Even as that dragon went by, you saw something move behind the gate there. We're seeing cars move behind the gate. Just really trying to pan around. That right there is called the zipper. That is my favorite ride in the entire world. It is one of the scariest rides in the entire world, and they don't let you ride it alone, which is ridiculous. I really wanted to get on that ride. That's 2 times this year I've encountered a zipper right there. I'm getting to different motions. But alright guys, I'm J-Drone. If you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button. Again, drone exclusive down below. Join the group and you'll see what my findings are on the Wi-Fi.